and welcome back to Riverside Farms. Back to the channel. Hope you are all well today. So, moving on. It's the same game day from the previous episode. Did wash the Ford. Got a bit dirty again. In the previous episode, did some animal upkeep. And if I look at the mini-map, started drilling some winter crops in. So, in field 8, we've put in a canola. And in field 5, we decided to go for oats. We're going to give the millet and sorghum a break. We're going to doing it. Yeah, we're going to put some oats in this one and another canola field in this one. These will be the winter crops. The 30, 31 and 28. Not sure what we're going to do with that. Possibly, hopefully going to get some potatoes in there or maybe some sugar beet. I've been looking at some equipment, I haven't bought it yet. But anyway, and also remember what I said in the previous episodes, I'm planning on using the space at where my house is. Is it Ringwood Farm? Can't remember the name of it now. To utilise that space for possibly potato washing and sorting. Haven't installed those mods yet. I've used them before. Very good mods from Global Company. Yeah, so that where the house is, there's all that space there. I'm thinking of making that into where we're going to do the potato and premium potato or sorting machines as they're known. We will use that space there placeables. So let's head off to field 6 and put some more oats in. Yeah, we've decided now we're going to have a break from the millet and the sorghum. Using the Ford today, got about a quarter of a tank of diesel. Get 6 done and then I might have to go and diesel up. Because we're going to make that big 76 another canola field again, because last year it did really well. And for those who didn't see before, I don't know if I demonstrated it before, I will demonstrate the use of Proseed, which is the mod that I'm using at the moment. And as you can see on the left hand side of the screen, there's a little window there with a lot of information in about the drill. So we're going to use Proseed today, like we did last time. As you can see in field 5, we've put the tram lines in, which makes it more realistic. So, first things first, I use course play for this. I generate a course, select field 6 on the map, it will appear up here. Choose around, 3 headlands, turn radius, round turn radius will be good enough. Why is it saying 5 meters? Hang on, that again. Should be 6 meters. Oh no, it's not, it's 5 meters, isn't it? I was thinking of the cultivator. Unfold the equipment first is good, sometimes good. Yeah, right, okay. Let's generate that course. Oh, hang on, did that wrong. I want to start on the up-down rows first. Regenerate that course. As you can see on the map, got a start and a stop. There's your blue arrow. It'll work its way up and down the field first, and then it's going to come around and do 3 headlands to close off the field. Once that's in place, we need to set that to first waypoint. Just close that down a minute. Just the middle mouse button, and we need to ensure. You've got to think about what we're doing here. We're only seeding. You don't need to touch this, because otherwise that's applying fertilizer. So when we look at the field, it's going to go sow the seeds, 2 rows of sowing. Third headland will be a tram line. That's the third one. So if we set this next one to number 4, so we need to set the track number. It's got to be in semi. This is the distance of the tram lines, 25 meters, even though my sprayer does 24. It's about right, because we have a 5-meter drill. Ideally, we would do this with a 4-meter drill, or something divisible by 4. So we're going to go to number 3, because every time it lowers this drill, it will change the track number. So as you can see, these 2 little lines here tells me that's going to put in a tram line. But as soon as we drop this this drill, it's going to change to 4, they'll disappear, and it'll just drill a normal row of seed. So that's all set. So it'll go 1 row, 2 row, tram. So we'll be starting here, well, further up the field, first row. It'll do 4, 5, 1, 2, tram line, or 5, 1, 2, tram line. Carry on doing that until it gets to the other side, and then we'll put a tram line in around the whole thing, and then we'll finish it off with 2 rows to close off the field. If that's understandable. That's how I do it. I don't know about any other players, but this is how I use proseed. So that's set up. This audible warning sign. There's also a facility on here where you can actually close half your drill off. Not going to do that. So, like if you're on is it an even amount of rows? You click on this, and it shuts half the drill off, so you do half of a width here, make things more even. So, bringing that back up, that will drive off to there. I find it easy to drive off to there. So let's take the seeder, line up with waypoint, first waypoint, best I can. That'll do us. Okay, we'll just click on drive the course, lower the plough, and I sometimes click this. Brings up that little mini map so you know where he is. So looking at the little mini map that's just appeared on the screen, the little blue arrow is obviously showing you where he is at the point of time. So when he gets to the other end, let me see where he's going to do it. Can't really point it out, but as you'll see on the map, when he gets to the other end, he starts coming round the bottom. At the bottom, it shows you where he joins up to the 3rd headland, and as he gets around, the line starts turning orange, and he'll finish in the bottom left hand corner, where the line is then red. So this is number 4 he's just done. Now when he lowers the plough, you can't see, it turns off the little graphic. That is now number 5. So after number 5 he's going to go number 1, number 2. Number 2 more rows after this. And then his next row will be a tram line. Those who don't know what tram lines are for, they're so that the sprayer, fertilizer, knows exactly whereabouts he needs to drive in order to spray that field to get an accurate coverage of fertilizer. Now what we're going to do is we are going to do this outfield, and I am going to do the canola field, and then I'm going to go to the stores and I'm going to get myself a slurry tanker. It looks like we might have started a bit too early though. Why has he done that? Not to worry, we'll fill that in. Seems a bit weird why he started there. Unless it's because of the curves, maybe. I don't know. Don't worry about it. What he's done on the first row, it doesn't seem right. Oh, it does. Oh, yeah, because it's. See where the green line starts on the graphic? It's actually, yeah, he has done it right. It's shorter than the second one. Yeah, no, he has done it right. It will all work out. Yeah, we're going to buy a slurry tanker. We're also going to buy a slurry tank in order to fertilise these fields. Because down at the Digestate, at the biogas plant, there is a lot of Digestate. But not sure how much. Rosie on. I think he's got one more row to do before he puts a tram line in. We think he has. We zoom out a little. I always use the course play in conjunction with the proseed because it does an accurate job. You can do it manually, you just set proseed to manual and then you decide when you want a tram line in there. Yeah, the next one's going to be a tram line. Right, okay. So if we look in here quick. Digestate. Here we are. Look, we have over 200,000 litres of digestate available. We could sell the digestate, but we're not. Going to fertilise these fields with digestate. And back at the farm, I have 4,000 litres of granular fertilisers, which I will use when the crops start to appear out the ground. Digestate's like a slurry, or when I googled it, it says it's actually what they call a soil conditioner, so it puts goodness into the soil as well as moisture. That might help with what do you call it, germination failures. It could help with withering of crops. We'll see what happens, but according to Google, digestate is what's known as soil conditioner, which is basically like a slurry really, what you get off your cows. Contains a lot of moisture. Whereas slurry is the same thing really, that's more like, that's a liquid fertiliser that you take from the animals. Whereas manure is more, it's not a liquid manure, is it? Manure, it's more of particles, waste products from the animals mixed in with straw and stuff that gives goodness to the soil. So yeah, as you can see, I'll just get the camera angle. Tram line's going in, and then he'll do another 4 rows of normal, plus he'll go and do another tram line. I always like to have that map up because it gives me an idea what's going on. Because I'll tell you why when we get to it. Basically, what's going to happen is when we reach the final row, which is down in the bottom right corner, where three headlands are going to start, we have to make sure we have to keep our eye on what's going on. So when he's on that last row, up and down row, we need to know what cycle he's on. So is he on a tram line or is he not? Well, he shouldn't be on a tram line. And then we're going to lift the drill and reset it. So when he does his first loop round the headland, he will actually put a tram line in there, because that's the tram line where the sprayer is going to travel in order to spray up to the edge of the field. And then after that, it'll just be 2 normal runs around the field, and that'll complete the field. Because we're using the turn radius, it's going to miss the corners of the field off. That's not a problem, because I will then manually seed myself those corners in, so we're not wasting field. Make the most of the field. So yes, 76 field, which is that big one over there, the hilly, the one we limed in the previous episode. I am going to either make it canola as a winter crop, or may leave it fallow the winter, and we'll put some soybeans in there for next summer, because that's a very, very high value crop. But I'm not sure. If I decide it's going to be canola, I'll do it off screen. If it's not, it'll probably feature in a future episode in the following game year. So as you can see, the Ford is doing a very good job. This planter requires 130 horsepower. Or should I say it's a seeder actually. And the Ford 8340 is 160 horsepower, and this is the tuned version of the vehicle. This particular Ford is actually standard at 100 horsepower and can go up to 125 different engine upgrades. But they also have an extra upgrade on this mod. It's called the 8340 tuned, and then that gives me that extra 35 horsepower, which comes in handy really. I've also got the TW25 mod. I haven't got on this farm, but I've used it before. It's a Ford TW25. That's a beast of a tractor, bigger than this. Although it's only 160 horsepower, which is incorrect, because I know someone on YouTube who farms with one of these in real life, and I believe it's about 189 horse standard, around about the 180 mark. I think it might be 179. So 179 or 189. Yeah, the game's not, the modder didn't get that correct in my opinion. It's the same horsepower as this tractor, but what lets that mod down is it doesn't have the gearbox simulation, which would really be nice. This does have the gearbox simulation. In reality, this Ford 8340 sounds like a TW25 because it's got the straight pipe, whereas the TW25 sports a normal exhaust system on it. Although it does sound really realistic, but it does sound better when it's got a straight pipe. So this field isn't going to take us very long, and then we'll move on, get on to doing some digestate. In order for that to happen, I'm going to need to buy some equipment. Animals are okay, they got sorted out in the previous episode, so they'll be good till at least tomorrow. I don't know when's the next tram line coming. I think it could be the next one. Plenty of trees around these fields. I mean, a lot of these trees we can actually chop down if we wanted to. I don't see the point in doing it because Combine doesn't have any issues. Yep, there's a tram line. So that tram line is now 25 metres apart from the previous tram line. It's going to work out spot on, actually. As you can see where the blue arrow is on the little map that I've brought up. Next time he goes up will be a normal. Next time he comes down will be a normal. That works out spot on because then my next one is going to be a tram line. Even though this tram line is going to be quite close to that next tram line, not a lot I can do about it. It's because of the width. It's the width of the field that dictates where I can put the tram lines. Oats is not a bad crop to put in, really. Don't use too much seed. We managed to do the canola field and an oat field before we had to refill up, so that wasn't too bad. We managed to put 2 fields, 1 hopper. Right, so where he's going to go up here now, as you can see where the blue arrow, and then he'll come back down. So when he gets back down to the bottom there, that's when he's going to start the headlands. Now the trick is, when he turns that corner, you'll see a diagonal line at the bottom of the graphic going across. That's where he's manoeuvring onto the next headland. Trick is to get him to stop right when that starts, otherwise he's going to tram line at an angle. Now what I do, I click on this again, and that brings up all the waypoints he's got to follow. As you can see, he has got 1 more row to put in. That's what these waypoints do, these lines and dots. He's following that computer generated course accurately. Right, okay. Yeah, he's got a short one to do, hasn't he? Right, this is the last one. Do you believe it's the last one? Yes, it will be. Drops his ploughing. He's drilling, sorry. This is the last row. Should be the last one. Yeah, it is the last one. Fortunately, this field doesn't have a very straight edge. As you can see, it's a bit jagged on that right-hand side, on that left-hand side of the field there. Come out a little bit. And it even shows you the waypoints, the diagonal bits that he does. So when we get down to the bottom, it's going to automatically start turning in to start closing up the headlands. And this is how I do it now, and it just looks so realistic when the crop starts growing, like you would see in real life. So you can see the diagonals over there as it moves across to the next headland. This is where we have to stop it. Gonna go a bit wide, but don't worry about that. About there. Right, so now we need to change this to number 2 track. So when he lowers the plough, to calling it a block. When he lowers the drill, it's going to put the 2 red dots going to appear. We may have to manually bring him back into line. About there. Just need to go slightly past it. And then if we click change that to next closest, otherwise we'll go back to the beginning and hit drive. Shut that down. See now he's putting in the tram line what the sprayer will use in order to catch the edges of the field accurately. And it's all working out perfect, just like the last field did. So I'll leave him to get on with that. Obviously he's going to plough over the top of what he's just done, the seed over the top of what he's just done, but that's okay. He's just deleting some of the seed, but he's putting those tram lines in. And basically what you do then is when he gets all the way back round the next diagonal, we will stop him, which will automatically lift the plough, and restart him again. So he moves on to the next track, because the last 2 times round are going to be normal build. There are more tram lines to put in. Yeah, I usually leave these dots on when I get to this stage, just so I know he's done that bit properly. Yeah, perfect. Might miss a little tiny bit there, which he has done, but I'm not too fussed about that. So there you go. As you can see from the curves on the outside, it's going to miss the corners, but I'll manually drill those in. So he's going to follow that, and when he gets back to the bottom of the field, we shall stop him again so that he drop his drill in again, and it will create a normal. The last 2 rows will be normally seeded, no tram lines, and then that'll be the field complete. Yeah, we're sowing these oats. It's 10 degrees soil temperature at the minute. They need 6 degrees to germinate, particular crop. It's like oats and require 6. Wheat, barley and canola only require 5, but it's still warm enough to plant oats. And these will survive the winter, because they're quite a hardy crop. Crops like soybeans and that you can't plant during the winter. They won't tolerate frost, snow. So we've got no choice but to not plant them until spring. I brought the menu back up now. I'm going to get ready, because in a minute he's going to across to here, and I need to be ready for it. Get ready to stop him. Got completed round to the beginning. I'll do. Have a look. See it? Yeah, that's good enough. Right, I'll move him on. See, he's currently on a tram line, but when he drops the drill, that'll be fine. I'll line this up best we can. About there, I think. Should drop it in. And he should carry on. Yes, he has done. Good. I thought he might have gone diagonal. That's what you got to be careful of. Got to make sure you drop him in the right place, otherwise he'll carry on the wrong course. Right, so now that's done, you can have both those up together. I get rid of this, shut that down, and let him carry on to the end. And that is how I use proseed mod. And he'll just go around now another 2 times and complete the field. And then all that's left to do then is I'll patch up the corners and put in a small tram line from the edge of the field to the first tram line in order for the sprayer to be able to get onto the field without killing anything. But we don't kill any crops anyway, because when it comes to spraying, I always put the row crop tyres on, you know, the thin wheels, so we can travel down the tram lines without actually touching any crops. Tree. That's why we do turn radius, because if we do a turn, he's gonna try and square off every time he goes round, and that'll affect the third. See, the tram line we've done is a nice smooth circle. Now if we'd have done that square, he would have squared that off. We don't want that, so we do it as a turn radius instead. It just means having to go back and manually drill those corners of the field in for a bit of extra crop. Yeah, it is Springwood Farm, isn't it? There it is there, look, where the house is. Three fields that are down here. Well, these 3 fields here, don't know if this one could be good for potatoes. Our new field might be a good potato field. I mean, even if we did potatoes in there, it's not too far to cart those potatoes. That's Springwood Farm there. There's nothing on it. I just put my house on there. There's absolutely nothing on there. There's no sheds or anything. And so we could get the what do you call it? Potato washing machine, and sorters could go on there. And if there's enough room, we may even have a shed. It could come in handy actually, because even though I have plenty of sheds on my farm, I'm running out of room. I think some trailers, tipper trailers, could be stored up here instead of on the farm, which would be handy, not just for harvest time, but for when we need to transport spuds, potatoes. So yeah, I think 31 would be a good field choice for potatoes. 30 and 28, I'm not sure what to put in there yet. 76 is either going to be a canola or a soybean field. And obviously we've got the grass fields here. I think 32 could be the next field to buy. Possibly 33, because that's another grass field. Potentially more income there with silage or hay for the animals, whatever. Don't need too many grass fields. I mean, in this farm alone, I think 2, 3, that one we haven't bought yet. Number 2 field, be another potential. Also, remember we own that bit of the forest. Yeah, this farm here, I've discovered, I've actually been out and had a drive around it. It's actually a pig farm on here. When we show how much it costs for that pig farm. As you can see, we do own all the roads. and the rights to that. Get the water. Yeah, that is a pig farm. What? £24,000? That's cheap. When we get to that stage, my plan is to, when I own this pig farm, is to own all those fields and just grow crops in it to feed the pigs. Because the pigs eat corn as a main crop. So I haven't grown any corn yet, actually. Oh, there's an idea. We could grow some corn or maize. I don't think we have the header for that. Although I think they're... Where are we? I don't think a header for our combine. No, but there is one available. Corn header. Yeah, there is. That one. The Clado FKA 602 does sunflowers and corn. Not too badly, but it's 17 grand. Yeah, so there is a header available. If we ever do want to harvest corn for the pigs. Or we could forage harvest it, because we have a header for the forage harvester, and we can make that into chaff instead and make more silage. So we've got options. Right, he's now finished. So we'll stop that. And we'll open the drill again, and we'll manually put these corners in. Let's do this. Turn the drill on. Get lined up. I want to get as much of that field as possible. I mean, that's a big bit of field, yeah? Don't look very big, but it is. Got to be careful, keep watching the track numbers, because you don't want to accidentally put some tram line in there. Just a bit. It's going to go to a tram line next. So when we get up here, she'll change that to track number 3. So it drops in on track from... Beeping noise is telling me the seed is ready to change its track. Let's change that to track 3. So when I drop the drill in, it'll go to track 4. It won't put a tram line in when I don't want one. Right, let's get this done. Get this done. I mean, that is basically the demonstration out of how I use the proseed mod. I find that extremely useful. Let's go back. Now I do every field now. Okay, that one's done. Need to change that back to track 3 again. Otherwise we're going to put tram line in. I don't want that. Not yet. Shouldn't really be running over this. Should be travelling down the grassy land. Just change that back to get that nice corner in there. Right, I'm going to add a small tram line so that the sprayer get onto the field. So line myself up with an existing tram line, come back to the edge of the field. Change this to track number 2, then it drops it in as onto 3. Let's just drop the seeder. Go as close as we can to there. Yep. And that's the field finished. So now turn off the sower. Right. I'm gonna head back to the farm now and going to go buy a slurry tank. I'll do some more seeding later off screen. I'm sure you don't want me to be putting you through all that seeding. Car coming, but we'll beat it, I think. Yeah, we did wash the Ford earlier. It's just got filthy again, and it's only done for you. When I detach on this drill, that graphic that's on the screen on the left hand side will disappear. As soon as it detects a seed has been attached, it'll bring it up. And it's so good how it recognises how big your seeder is. Well, it has done as far. It has done to now. And if it doesn't, you can just set it anyway. I need to refuel this tractor anyway and repair it before I get seeding again. This white machine on the back of the Kubota is what I use to fill up seed and fertilizer. I've filled it up earlier today. I think underneath it. Not underneath it, probably. Got any more seed in there? It should have. I've got 4,000 litres of this. There you go. Just gonna top my seeder up with that. And then when you go into the machine itself and press pipe out again, it'll change over to the second hopper. There's 2 hoppers in here. I'll close that down. No, sorry. What's it? Right, let me just go park this out the way. I'll be using it again later. Drop that seeder down there a minute. Yeah, so in here you've got half of it is seed and half of it is. You press it again, it moves over to the second one, and when you press it again, it folds up. When the cover opens, you fill it up from the scoop, and you press it once, it'll fill up this side, the front end of the machine, and then it'll fill up the rear fertilizer. Put what you want in there. I find it better than actually taking your tractors down to the it's now set to go to seed. Now it's moved over slightly. Fertilizer. I'll leave it in the position 1. Handy little machine. Called a seed runner. Seed runner? Yeah, seed runner. Yeah, it's a handy little machine. Good for. It's also good for. Want to refill your tractors up out of the field. Well, that'll do. We'll leave that there. Right. Let's carry on. I need to buy a slurry tank. Where are the slurry? Well, we've got a decent horsepower, so we should buy that. That will hold more. This is an interim tank. It takes the slurry and the digestate. So I might buy that as a refill. That's a good one, but it only does little. Just can here. Doors. Doors. Don't need big machines like that, really. Obviously, we'll go into even bigger machines now. A big machine. We do them on the limit there. Might not eat it at 240 horsepower. I might not have enough horsepower left to pull it. That is a big machine. That's 30 meters. That is way too big for that. What's that one? Put the attachment on. Way too big. 36 meters. Wow. What does that say? I can put a PG 225. Yeah, all these attachments fit that one. Still don't see the point in that. That's too much on the borderline there. On that one. Dunhammer. 180 horse. Need a Zunny disc. Which is that one. Only 6.2 meters. Not a very big width. Or we can have the Joskin at 12 meters. Or we can have the bog standard little one. Just means I have to refill up. That is quite good actually. Use this one. That one's okay. That's a 9 meter. That's only an extra 3 meters. 62 grand. I don't know what to do. Because I know that only holds 8,000 litres, but we can keep filling up from this. I think we'll buy this and buy the one that goes with it. I'll be back when I've had a look to see what we... Right, I have found a couple of mods which are much cheaper than what we was looking at. So I'll go take a look at them now. Found a slurry tank and a slurry container what will supply the tractor on the field. Slurry tank. Here we are. Found this slurry tank here. It's a Reich 1. 70,000 litres. It said 65, but it's actually 70. Which is bigger than the in-game one. It's actually the in-game one was 55,000. You can have a wheel setup. Tyre, standard tyre. Spend not really. Right, main colour. No. Brown. £100. What main colour can we have? For a slurry tank. I don't know. Ooh, that's a bit of a weird colour. That's a bit expensive. I don't know. Got blue now, Slurgle Black. Galvanized steel. Slurgle what? Notice. Don't know. Slurgle Black. Why are there different prices for the colours? That's strange. I don't know what colour to have it. No, that's too light. John Deere green, Deutsche Fahrer green, olive. Yeah, olive will do. Rim colour. Green. Yeah, that'll do. Right, we'll buy this. I'll buy it as a used item and I'll repair it. Slurry tank we found. It's in here somewhere. There it is. Fleagle. I've used their stuff before. Which is a good one. It's 14,000 litre capacity. Which is 6,500 litres more than what that'll do. So that'll pretty much go twice as far as that. And it's not much less than this. And it's half the price. And that's only 12 metres. So this one here, we found this one on Mod Hub. 14,000 only requires 130 horsepower, so even the Ford can run this. No colours available, which is alright. That's a nice call that. Hammerite finish. It looks like finish, doesn't it? We've got currently at 13.2 meters, but you can alter this actually. Oh, I got told you can alter it. I don't get what that is. It's all over. Duo distributor. Oh, I see. Duo distributor. Baffle plate. And the old something. That's the base. Duo distributor with old. And can't read that. Baffle plate with a new. Oh, we go for that one. Go back to stand. Dual distributor. I think we'll keep it at standard for now. I mean, it's still a good width at 13.2 meters. As goes for wheels, chilling. I usually go for the Trelleborgs. Yeah. We'll buy that as a used item as well. 23 grand. That's just, that is now as cheap as the other one. That's alright, that. 14,000 litres. 13.2. We could upgrade. Do that back at our workshop. And see what difference that makes in the future. For now, I'd say that's okay. Right, let's buy that. That's left us with 221 grand left, so we don't want to spend loads of money. Right, let's get right, so what do you call it? Why is that speed multiplier on? There shouldn't be on. Should walk normal now. Yeah, it is. Right, I'm gonna jump into this. We're gonna need both these tractors. Where's the Ford? We're gonna need that Ford. I'll jump out of this. Let's drop the seeder off because we need to go Fetch the items. We're doing some more. I'll be doing some more seeding soon. Do I need any weights for the buy any weight? Doesn't mention it. Nope. So what we'll do, drop my weight off just here so we know it's here. Right, lower that down, get out the tractor, leave that there. Which way is it? Cars, get. Right, we'll go in, follow me. Go down there and pick up those 2 items. Don't want you, don't want you. Right, okay, I'm going to see you down at the store. Right, we're at the store. Pick the items up. As you can see, they really do need repainting because I bought them as used items. They've absolutely been hammered. It's not a problem. We'll get them back down to the our workshop and we'll get them all fixed up ready for use. So this is our slurry spreader. That's the tank for storing our slurry in or whatever we're using. Is supplied to the tractors. We bring that to the field. Then when he runs out, bring that big tank up to legal and resupply, so we don't have to keep coming back to the biogas plant. Yeah, I'm quite impressed so far. Didn't expect there to be a PTO shaft on this, but there is. Following? Yeah, that's. I thought I'd stick the big tractor on the tanker. Slurry tank. It's quite a big item. Will he make it round that corner? Did. Just. Right, I'll get these back to the workshop then and get them fixed. And then we'll nip down to the biogas plant and digestate. We saved quite a lot of money by buying used items. And then even when you fix them up and spray them, you still save a lot. Generally, you can probably save about, what, 5 grand? Well, no. Time I've repaired these and painted them, probably cost me about £4,000 or £5,000 maybe, not even that, just to get them back into working order. Considering this should have been 35 grand, got it for 23, that's 12 grand saving just for the Fleagle. Time I repair this, it'll probably be really. You here? Yep. Let me just stop it. Back this into the garage. Get that repaired. Yeah, this is a lot bigger than the Grant. Or the, whatever it's called. In-game one. It's 130 horsepower, so hopefully we'll be able to run this board no problem. I think it runs at 10 miles per hour. There we are, look. £235 to repair. and we'll respray it for 2,500. That's bumped the value. Yeah, so it would have been 35 grand. We paid 23, so we're looking at what? Not even £3,000 to make that good. It's done 36 hours operation. Are we all attached still? Yeah. There you are, we've got a new lick of paint. It's in good working order. Right, let's go with, get this. This is in worse nick than the other one. Look at the state of that. Slurry Tank 70. They said it was only 65,000 litres, but no, it's 70. Bonus. The information on the mod said it was 65,000 litre capacity. The in-game one that I saw was 55,000. That would have been the £25,000 to buy. Can't remember what we paid for this. Perfect. We go in there. Yep. Right, let's see what this is going to cost. Can't remember what I paid for it. Let's have a look. Let's bear in mind what we paid for this. 25,000, which is the same price as this. We bought it second hand. Yeah, this holds 55. Holds 70,000. That's not bad. That's like one more tanker full. Let's get this repaired. Get on there. Right, so it's done 36.6 hours as well. Let's repair it. 169 quid. That didn't take much. No, there's not a lot that can go wrong on that. Respray for 1757. Clearly, we did save a lot of money. Did save a hell of a lot of money. It's dirty, obviously, but we have actually given it a new paint job. But it's now back to its olive green. Let's work. Goes lower there. Goes for when these type of tankers, when you undo them, hold to detach hoses. It drops down like the other ones do. Yeah, it lowers down onto a frame. As soon as we attach it, hang on, it rise up. Suspension came up, see it? Meant to be sat at the edge of the field. These are actually compatible with the Manure Mod system. You can go onto Mod and buy these hoses, what clip onto here, and then you clip another one onto the back of your tanker and you can fill it up that way for more realism, but I don't bother with those. I just pull alongside, press R, and then it'll automatically refill. It's legal. So let's head down to the biogas, and I will see you when I get back to the fields. Right, we have arrived back at the yard. We are full of Digestate. 70,000 litres in here, and we've also filled the Slurry Spreader itself. Now when this is towing this, when we are towing the Slurry Tank 70, I've discovered we do need to allow ourselves a bit longer braking distance. It is quite difficult to slow it down, although it does tow it at full speed. We do find it difficult to slow down, so we have to give ourselves a lot of time. I discovered that on the way back from the biogas plant. So, yeah, look at that. It even wheel slips to try and reverse. That is some weight on there. Come on, tractor, hurry up. was going to get hit by a car. Yes, I think I made the right choice, not buying the in-game stuff. Oh, what she's like going uphill with it. Got 3 fields to slurry today, and then I'm going to call the episode to an end. Oh yes, you're struggling. Yeah, 2 miles an hour. Not good. Good. I mean, he's 250 horsepower and he's still managing. I was managing to get that all right. I don't know. I'm going to drag it to the top of the hill. Right. I've already got a tanker full ready to go on the field. Then we'll just supply it with this. And we took, what, 84,000 litres, so we've got like over 100,000 litres still back at the biogas plant. And also, right, I think that'll do. Yeah, that took some pulling up that hill. Right, I'll switch this off. Well, let's go do some digestate. Put it on a worker so we don't waste any. Don't have to follow the tram lines because the crops aren't in the ground yet, coming out the ground yet. Yeah, I never put digestate on fields when crops are showing. I only put it on at the when it's first drilled. So we've got 8 to do. Do number 6 and 5, and that's all we need to do. What's up with one? Oh, we're struggling now. Wondered if we should put it onto the other tractor maybe. No. Downhill, isn't it? Stop. Let's see what happens. What's this called? Field supply. No, we don't need that. Fertilize and seed. Could do field supply. Basically just going to treat it like we do a normal spreader. 1 times headlands. We'll do turns. It's actually 15.3 meters. Who said it was 13? Right, okay then, bonus, even wider. Generate costs. Right, we'll do next closest. How's he doing? Let's do 10 mile an hour, but remember we are going uphill. The machine requires 130 horsepower. We've got 160. Oh, that's not too bad. Open pretty well. That's not a bad spread, that. 15 meters. Yeah. Good. Not quite catching the edges though. Not too fussed about that as long as we get somewhere down there. You can actually see where it's done it. Yeah. So yeah, it's a good. I was quite impressed with this mod. £10,000 dearer than what the in-game one was, and it was nearly twice the capacity, so we're not having to refill it everything. quite catching it. Or is he? He is in a way. I don't know. It's good enough though. As long as we get majority of that field fertilised. That's the main thing. The edges are not going to matter that much. He's obviously worked out that the field boundary's there. He'll be a bit quicker going this way. Downhill. Wonder if he'll have enough to actually complete the field without me having to refill. Could do, it's only a small field. Plus the tractor needs a service as well. It's getting a bit needing of a service. Let's have a look, see how close he gets. There's not quite hitting the edge of the field. Don't know why. Supposed to be 13 metres, but course play's saying it's 15 point something. Don't know what he was doing there. Ah, where's it? It's them bits. Maybe it might be fully fertilised there. You'll find if there's bits of the field that are fully fertilised, it won't actually spread it. Won't be any coverage there. That could be why it's not catching the edges. Might be fully fertilised at the edges. Could be. Seems to have missed a little bit over there, but a bit weird why I haven't done that. I need to recalibrate this. Either that or do it manually. But it's good enough for now. Let's see, might cover it again in a minute. Got to get it lined up. Oh no, he's going up there. There's a message on the screen saying that I should be refueling the 8340. Course play flags that up if you think the machine's low on fuel. Oh, he's catching it now, look. Right, what's he going to do now? He's going to go to... I think there'll be enough here to complete this field, and we'll refill. We'll get these. Oh, well, okay. What was that all about? Alright, you doing that, are you? Okay. Different. He hasn't quite caught it right, has he? He's not quite calibrated right. Not to worry. Strange. I could recalculate that. Not quite matching up. Perhaps I could do it manually. He's got a line up now. He's got enough easily to get to the end. Yeah, there's a lot of manoeuvring when you're doing this job. Got to line it up and it don't look like it's level. Could go around and do it manually. Or recalibrate them. Cosplay could do that for us. How's that? as long as the majority of the crop has been fertilised, then pretty good. Yeah. There's another way of doing it. I think we can do it if I remember. One of these does it. Tractor setting. No. I don't know. When you generate a course, and you that's it. And you can one of these somewhere. Oh no. One of these, and you can alter. You can alter the. Why has it done that? No, I need to go on to fertilising and seeding, don't I? Current field, that's. Anyway. I want to. Forget how you do it now. What it basically does is it draws a dotted line at the back of the machine, and it works out the actual width of the tool for you. Does it all for you? Oh yeah, working width. Saying that's what it. We could increase that. Huh? I could increase it to 1/2 metre more. Try that. That should ensure that we get the exact coverage. But I'm going to go around quickly and. How do I work this? Do I just turn it on? Yeah. I knew it was somewhere in there. Oh, good. Set it up again, but this time we'll calibrate it for 15.8 meters, which is slightly bigger than what it is. I don't know if that's going to make a difference. Or will it? Ah, that's why it didn't. What the hell? I know why it doesn't slurry that bit now. Yeah, it's not slurried it because it was already fully fertilized. It's doing that piece. Oh, we've run out. It's on it, it'll be okay. Right, I'll go fill this up and then we'll set it going, and then I'll bring the tanker back to. At least the other fields are on the flat. When we go up to the if we draw alongside this tanker, should. Yeah, there you go. Filling up now. Filling up. Even though we can also offload as well. So if we've got any left in here, we can dump it back into the big tanker. Good. So, right then, let's go and quickly digestate those other. Happy. And I'll bring the tanker down in a minute. Yeah. I mean, if the Ford ain't got bad brakes, good job we weren't towing that other thing. Yeah, quite impressed. I still feel like it's not quite the width it was supposed to be. I shall try one field and put it on 15.8 metres and see if that extra half a metre gets covered. Might do. Or we could upgrade it on back at the workshop and put dual spreaders on it. That might work. Right, we'll give it a go and see what happens. Right, we've done it on 15.8 working width. See how that fares. What number are we on? Right, we'll do one headland, that's enough. 15.8 working width. Yeah, I altered it. Oh, we can do half a metre more. Yeah, I'm going to try that. Okay, spreading a bit early. Let's see if it works. It still seems to be the same. Very strange. Oh, there's not much we can do about it, I'm afraid. Other than go around manually or... Yeah, you don't catch the edges. But it is a good spreader. Right, well, while he's doing that then, we'll go fetch the plastic. We'll fetch this back to the field. Try not to crash into... Don't want to go too fast down that hill, mate. Mind you, we are a bit lighter now. Oh, so we don't get traffic on. Oh, that was a bit sudden. Oh, God, they're hard to break this when you've got to wait. I don't think the 15.8 metres has made any difference. I may as well just leave it as it was. Probably a slight fault on the mod there. However, that old cosplay's not quite recognising it. Working myself. See if we can get into the gate. But you really give yourself plenty of room to get in here with this. Right, where is he? Oh, he's there. We'll wait here then until he runs out. And then we'll go and supply him. It's in that corner. How much has he got left? Oh, me. This is still doing the same thing as it did when I had it on 15.3. Strange. Never mind. At least we're getting majority of the things done, aren't we? That's the main thing. Hey, other than that, I can just use it manual myself. I might have a play around when I'm off screen, and there's different configurations on there. I noticed there's and according to the mod, it's supposed to do it's supposed to be able to be configured to go from 13 to 20 meters. So maybe if we have a little play around in the workshop, the configurations, although that will cost us a couple of grand each time we do it, we can find out what best works for the machine, and it might actually pay us to do that, so we can get a wider spread and a more accurate spread. Not bad though. Yeah, it's not bad. That looks like we're going to run out exactly where we need to run. But one lap. Or are we going to do? There's got a little tiny bit left. Yep, I'm all for free for why buy it if we don't need to? If we'd have found one that was 24 meters, we could have just done it manually anyway, run up the tram line. Yay. Now you run out. Right, okay, I will fill you up. You need to be re-thingy-bobbed. Come and do that now. Bit of a mess about when you do it like this. I could set it up as a supply, but I'm not quite sure how that works. About what all I do is I jump out of this, get in the Ford, click stop driver, click refill. Click drive. Now actually he's doing that same bit again, isn't he? We'll move up to, let's bring up the course. Is that in there? Looks like he isn't. Okay. Have to do it. I'm reversing back a bit. You gonna follow that, or is he gonna? No, he's doing it. Cool. That's a weird way of doing it. Right, I'll leave that map up so we know where we... Yeah, that patch there's not been done. That's probably because that was a withered bit. Probably because I've dug it in now, it's fully fertilised. Patch there, that's not been done. You'll usually find where the crop's been, but it won't fertilise. You ain't got many up-down roads to do. Not at this width. Too bad, actually. Yeah. Right, I'll switch the map off. There's the grid. Now he's doing his maneuvers. I don't know why he's got to reverse back so far. Oh, I get it. Yeah. Gonna do a big swing around. Which makes sense, then. So he can get exactly where he needs to be. These things take time. Right, so I'm going to finish this field and then I think I'll call the video. I'll get the other done off screen. I just missed it again, look. Really strange. Good. Seen quite a bit as well. Strange. I wonder if it's not actually supposed to be 13 meters. I might calibrate it to 13 whatever meters it's supposed to be. See if he'll actually. How big was it again? According to the actually 13 meters. 13.2. Right, okay then. I'm gonna do the next field. I'm gonna recalibrate it to 13.2 meters and we'll see if it covers it better. Don't know where he's getting 15.2. That's obviously wrong. Because that's setting the course place setting him to drive at 15 meters at a time, but his actual machine's only spreading 13.2. It's one of those machines that I might have to manually calibrate in order for it to spread accurately. You can see this. What is he doing it on? 15.3, 15.2. Well, there's about, yeah, it looks about a meter. 15.3. Yeah, that's 2.1 meters is saying. That looks about right, actually. Missing a strip of about a meter there and probably a meter on the other side. Yeah, it's wrong. I could just go into that screen and recalibrate it. So it actually matches up. And I have to regenerate a course to do that now. But I think once you've recalibrated it, the course player remembers what you've done. So if I ever hook up that machine again, it knows that we've used it before. How much more we got to do on this field? Not that much. Never mind, at least majority of it's covered. Once the crop comes through, I'll use me granulated laser for that. Yeah, definitely. Look, it's missing about a meter in it, each side. It's one of the. It's not often you get machines where it calibrates it wrong. Looks like we're going to run out. Run out. Right, let's go and give him some more. Those wheels look a bit wobbly. I'll refill him from this side. We don't interfere. Alongside him. Jump out. Jump in. Stop driver. Fill. And then we'll just press drive and we're off. That's how I do it. Well, like I say, you can set this guy to come and fill him up. Quite played with that, yeah. There's loads of stuff you can do. Here you go. Yeah, so just splatter me tractor. I think we don't need another fill. How do I get off here? I'll get out of his way. We'll park up at field 6 because that's where I'm off next. I'll pop you here. I think he's on his last run, isn't it? No, he's got 2 more. But I think he'll have enough. He should have enough to get him to the end. And he got enough. I think he's just got 1 more up and down to do. He's refueling as well. We might have enough fuel to get field 6 done. Might do. Yeah, I think we'll have enough fuel. Yeah, if I alter the calibration of the machine to 13.2, that means I'll have to regenerate the course, otherwise it still thinks I'm doing 15. Makes sense. But at least we're putting some goodness. I mean, some of the bits it's missing is where the tram lines are anyway, so I'm not really fussed about. We're getting the main crop. Well, the Ford's done 35 hours operation now. Because tractors don't run on miles, they run on hours. Real life. You service them by hours. You go out and buy a tractor or anything like that, the advert will actually tell you how many hours the tractor's done. Hey, where are you off, mate? I thought about buying a tractor. Don't know where the hell I'm going to keep it though. I'd be cheeky and go to Bradley Farm and ask them, can I keep my tractor on you? I'll pay you money. Garage, whatever, rent. Rental. Yay, wonder that they might do that, you know. Just mean having to walk to Bradley Farm to get it. I could park it in the car park. It'll be perfectly road legal. Just if it ain't got a cab, it's gonna get wet, isn't it? It's not ideal. Yeah, you go on eBay. You can go on eBay and places like that. You can pick up tractors. Oh, the really nice vintage one. You can pick them up for as little as £3.5 grand. Where did I see that setting? Here it is. He's telling me it's 15.3. I go. saying it's 15 point. Now I'm bringing it down. 13. That's 12. 13.3. I'll try that. Let's go to field 6. We'll start a new course and see if that made a difference. It's supposed to be 13.2, but we made it 13.3, so that will be like an overlap. Might be a good idea to refill the machine first. Got plenty in here, 28,000. This field is not as big as the one we've just done, so slow down. Yeah, I'll learn how to do this supply thing. Let's jump into the board quick. Oh shit, we're not close enough. Coming a bit closer, otherwise we can't fill it up. Come on, closer. There you go. Whatever's left, I'll bung back into the tank. Right, let's get this guy off of here. Interfering. I'm running over all the crop. Park him on the headland. Yeah, we can do this. Apparently, we can do a field supply course. So, how that works. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'm not quite sure how that works. It's definitely that one. Anyway, that's for another time. I'll do this field. Let's see if we can. I'm going to try 13.3 meters. Right, I'm going to generate a course at that width. 13.3 meters. Right, I'm going to generate it. Try that. That's looking better. They're actually catching the edges. I can tell the trees are there. Yeah, it is. Yeah, unfortunately, this is a rare occasion where I've got to calibrate that machine myself, because it plays trying to tell me it's a 15 meters and it's not, it's 13.2. But the closest calibration I can actually get is 13.3, which is alright actually, because 0.1 of a meter is what, 10 centimeters overlap. It's not really gonna. Oh, we've done it on a curve. Never mind. I was meant to do it on a turn. Well, that's catching the edges. Right, I know now in future we need to set it to 13.3. Right, why did he do that turn then? He didn't do that turn. What's the thing? I can't tick it. You know, he's touched that corner up. Yeah, I think we've sussed it now. This machine's. Well, 99% of the time, when you hook an implement up to a tractor, the course plane knows exactly what the working width is. You don't have to touch anything. Oh yeah, look at that. That's perfect. Slight overlap, but that's alright, that's good. I'm used to it. Oh, brilliant. Well, now. Yeah, It's unusual that horseplay does that. It sometimes doesn't quite get it right every time. But like I say, about 99% of the time, it will get it spot on. I mean, majority of the implements, like your ploughs and all that, it knows exactly what the width is. And it does a good job. This slurry spreader tries to say it's 15 meters and it's not. Oh, now we know. To find out when we start rowing up. You see, now I've set it to 13.3 and then generate course. Now the machine's actually spraying it without gaps. Good. Looking good. Perfect. It's hitting the edges as well. Right to the edge of the field. That's what you want. Yeah, I'm impressed with the mod. Nothing wrong with the mod. It's just cosplay didn't recognise it properly. Perfect. Oh well, there you go. I've learnt something new. Excellent. Happy with that. Sometimes that's what you got to do. These force generating type thing. Got to do a bit of tinkering. Yes, I'm definitely going to end it here after we finish this field. Oh yeah. And then I've got some more drilling to do. What is it now? It's 27 minutes past 2 on the game. Ideally, I want all my winter crops in by tomorrow. Apart from the fields, what I'm going to plant potatoes. Yeah, there's that corner sitting there. If he'll actually do that corner. No, he's not going to, is he? Right, I'll go back and get it myself. Oh, pretty good turning circle. The Ford does have a decent turning circle. Tight turning tractor. Yeah, that's better. It is slightly overlapping, but I'm happy with that. But sooner it cover it than not cover it. In fact, that's probably an oddment. Oh, it needs filling. The cost of field is odd, but you know, like not an equal amount of rows. Then sometimes, let's get as close as we can to the tanker. You can have, like I say, you can do the manure system on it. There is a manure mod. It's called a manure mod. I don't know why. I need to stop the driver, don't I? Refill the tank. It's a manure mod thing, and basically, when you go into the store, you can buy these hoses what you attach from your tank to your slurry spreader. And then you click the button and it opens the valves, and then you press another button and it transfers slurry through the pipe. Which is basically what I'm doing now is basically that same thing what that mod will do for you, but I've seen people using it. It's only there for to make a bit more realism, I think. It's for. Right, well, I don't know how many more fills we're going to. I'll leave that there for now. Let's see how he does the next one. I think that was the oddman. That's what I call an oddman. Not quite a full width. Should do the next one a full width. This is the test. If he does this without gaps, I'll know I've set calibrated machine. So you won't do 13.2, it'll do 13.3. I'm not fussed about 10 centimetres. Well, it's 10 centimetres, it's not even 6 inches. You're looking at 3 or 4 acre field, a 6-inch gap is not really a lot to worry. Yeah, look at that, absolutely spot on. Is it in the edge of each one now? Will I have enough to get me to the end, or will I need to fill again? Surprising how much you go through. You do use a lot of it. We've used, I don't know how much is left in the tank. Yeah, those patches that are missing, that have not got slurry on, that's where the withered crop was. I think it's because we dug it in, it's give it extra fertilisation. We've got 5,000 litres left in our tank. We started with 84,000 litres. That includes filling up the Freegal as well. And we've only done 3 fields. So that's not bad. I had to sell 320,000 litres of silage to make that digestate. Still got quite a bit left. Look. How much silage is how much digestate is left in the 126,000 litres still left at the biogas plant. I mean, if we've done 3 fields on 1 fill, that's not bad going. Plus we got paid nearly 75 grand for taking silage there in the first place. That's not bad. 75 grand. Fertiliser, probably enough to do maybe 6, 7, possibly 8 fields, depending on the size of them. I think that's a good deal. And we've just spent some of that 75,000 on buying equipment, so we can put the fertiliser down. The other thing I need to buy is a manure spreader, or what farmers call muck spreaders. But having discovered that I now know, supposedly can make compost at the biogas. Where's he going? Oh yeah, he's going to do a big swing, isn't he? Yeah, there's 4 silage clamps up there with that signpost on it. So I'm presuming the instructions are there for a reason. I'm going to go up and down one more time. So I would like to have a go at making some compost, because that acts as a fertiliser as well. And I've seen that done on YouTube. So, and basically I think you fill up the muck spreader with the compost instead of the manure, and you just spray it all over your field and it does the same thing. And we've got a forest. We need grass, hay. Is it grass, hay, wood chips and chaff? Or was it wood chips or chaff? I can't remember. Can't remember if you need all 4. Grass, hay, chips or chaff. Something like that. We can always get a wood chipper. That's not hard to do. You can buy one that you can transport to the forest. And not too expensive. Put your logs on the conveyor belt, it chips them all. There's another conveyor belt that you can raise up, and then you put a trailer on the back underneath that conveyor belt, and it dumps all the wood chips into it. There is a wood chipper that you can buy what actually chips your wood, and it sells it direct to the sawmill, and you get cash instantly as it's passing through the wood chipper. Well, that'd be no good to me, because if you want to make compost, you're going to need the wood chips. So I'll need to use an actual machine what attaches to my tractor, and I can chip the wood directly into a tipper and dump it into the pit. So yeah, there's something else I can do. Add a bit of variation to the game. Make some compost. Hey, we've got grass. Make grass and hay. And we can do chaff, that's quite easy to do. Where's he stopped there? Oh, he needs to be refueled. Oh, look at that. He ran out that far from the end. Unlucky. Oh well. We'll fill him. Oh wait, we will not end it there. Right then. I'll get this little piece done and announced. That's me. Finished. Do some more green. That tanker up closer. You can see all the valves in front of the tanker there where you can attach your hoses. I need to stop in better. Stop driver. Refill. Only got 5,000 litres left. Well, that's enough. Yeah, we're empty. 5 cars. Done. Yes, I've got that. Got that bit. There's a corner I missed, wasn't there? Right, I'm done. I'm gonna do that corner. Right, if you've enjoyed watching the video, please let me know in the comments below, or you can like it or thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, why not subscribe if you like this kind of thing? Oh yeah, it's there. And hit that bell button. That way you'll be notified of my episodes, videos. Wanna miss them, would I? Okay, thanks for watching everyone. Have a good day or night whenever you may be watching this, and I will catch you in the next episode of Riverside Farms. Take care everyone. Bye for now. See you later.